I'd like to call the meeting of the Laurel Highlands School Board to order. Stand for a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mrs. Board President. Mr. DeAndrea. Mrs. Flagg. Here. Mrs. Cayley. Here. Mr. Landman.
Here.
Mr. Raymond. Mr. Ramsey.
Here.
And I'm present. There are 7 board members present with 2 absent.
Thank you, Mr. Field. Adoption of agenda. Do we have a meeting? Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second. Question on the motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Recognition of Laurel Highlands stakeholders. Anybody want to speak on the agenda? Let us know. Nobody. Approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of September 17th, the special meeting of September 23rd, 2020.
I'll make a motion. Second.
Question on the motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Approval of the attendance record of committee meetings and work sessions. Work session October 15th, 2020. Have a motion?
Second.
Question on the motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. This meeting, if televised, will be on Atlantic Broadband Channel 12, CUTV. Dr. Walters, your report.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Just as a brief scenario of how school's going thus far, we are approaching close to the end of our 9 weeks. Thus far, we have done pretty well, and I can't go far enough to commend the students on their behavior and on their ability and willingness to follow all the rules in regards to masking and social distancing. Same applies for our staff. They're doing a great job in working with our students and making sure that they're delivering the content just as regularly as if we were in a regular school session 5 days a week. I know on the remote side, we are fielding some calls and some concerns in regards to the synchronous model. We are meeting with the union tomorrow morning to discuss some of those, and hopefully we can build a couple of bridges there and be a little bit more synchronous in the type of instruction that we're delivering remotely. Also on those lines, the custodians, I'd like to send a shout out to them. They are doing a wonderful job in cleaning regularly. I'm going through the buildings, even in the building that I'm in, they are coming through, they are cleaning doorknobs, they are cleaning handles, they are cleaning all access areas all throughout the day, and I see them everywhere that I go. So if you see our custodial staff, please let them know that that has not gone unrecognized. Next thing that I have, we received word earlier this week that we may be able to offer our students a no-cost food system for the duration of the school year district-wide. We are waiting for clarification from PDE and the Agricultural Department on the approval of that. According to Mr. Johns, it looks pretty good, almost a slam dunk and a go. And I'd like to commend Mr. Johns on his efforts in making sure that he's been following up with that program and getting us in that pipeline. I'd also like to congratulate Ms. Boards for completing her Act 55 training. Good job, Ms. Boards. And I'd like to give her a round of applause. Next I have, as you know, I've talked a couple of times about the county CARES money. And for a while there, it was questionable on whether or not we would be approved. I got word today that we will get approved for $50,000 along with every other district in the county. So we have $50,000 extra coming to us in county CARES. My conversations with Commissioner Bacides today also led to a discussion that as they move forward, that we still may be eligible for more money later. So that's just the beginning, and we may have more, but there's no guarantee to that. But I do know that they committed, $50,000. Something everyone can be proud of is we received first place in the Herald Standard Community Choice Award for Best School System. So congratulations to the board, to the staff, and to everyone that works here for working hard to make that happen. That's something that we're proud of and want to continue with. I feel like we give 100% every day, and we go after it, and we set ourselves apart by the product that we provide to our community, and I think we do a really good job with that. I received an attendance record for all of our buildings up to October 7th. Right now, Clark is at 96.2% attendance daily, Hatfield at 96.4%, Hutchinson at 96.3%, Marshall at 95.6%, the middle school 93.5%, high school 94%. Our district average is 95.04%. And that's not bad numbers for working in a COVID environment. So I'd like to congratulate our parents, our staff, and our students for the willingness to come to school every day and make this the best that it can be. Next, this individual is not an employee of ours, but is an employee of First Student Bus Company. And this employee has been around for 32 years. Ms. Martha Sharp will be retiring, and the Laurel Highlands School District would like to congratulate you on your retirement from First Student Transportation. Thank you for 32 years of dedicated service to the Laurel Highlands School District by providing safe, courteous, and dedicated transportation to all of our students. You will be missed. Can you imagine driving a bus, all the faces that she has seen in 32 years? So we'd like to congratulate her on her. Lastly, I had a conversation with the board during the work session in regards to some traffic concerns on site. I met with Mr. Diamond and Mr. Barron, and one of the things that we are going to do is increase our lighting at nighttime, which has already happened. And we have also talked to North Union Township and South Union Township, and North Union Township has donated some speed signs. So we will be installing those over the next few weeks as a reminder to those on campus to watch the speed limit. And we will continue to make sure that we are emailing that out and communicating that all to our staff, to the community, and to our students. Last thing we want is to have somebody get hurt, and we'll do what we can to keep everybody safe. Mr. Sepik, that concludes my report. Mr. Barron, you have something?
All said is done. The maintenance crew did it today.
Okay.
Done.
Thank you.
Thank you. Strategic Plan and Board Policy Committee, Mrs. Wards.
Okay, curricula, C1 is informational. We will begin to destroy all special education student records for any student who has graduated in the year or years of 2010 or prior. Anyone wishing to pick up their file may contact Lori DeCenzo and sign a release to take their records. That's informational. 2C, approved fall internship for West Virginia University School of Nursing student Dominica Durko. I don't know if I said that right. She will be working with Stacy Rogerson at the middle school for 141 hours to be completed by November 24th, 2020. And that will complete my report.
We have to vote on that.
For Stacy?
For C2A.
Okay. I have a motion. Second.
Question on the motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Wards. Buildings and Grounds Committee, Mr. Renzi.
Thank you, Mr. Seppi. I'd just like to echo Superintendent's words to Nick and his crew for everything they do, keeping this school and all the schools ready for the children to come and learn in a safe environment. They've been kept busy with everything they have to do with the maintenance and the cleaning and the repairs. So both maintenance and custodial are really took the line for this district. And of course, they also now have to take over and worry about keeping the stadium and our field over here we're using for football together. So, Nick, you and the crew, good job.
Thank you.
That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Renzi. Finance, Budget, and Taxation Committee.
F1A, bank reconciliations for summary report. I have a motion.
We have a second on that.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
F2, payment of bills, Exhibit B.
Motion.
Second.
Question on the motion. Roll call.
Mr. Renzi?
Yes.
Mrs. Beal?
Yeah.
Mrs. Wards?
Yes.
Mrs. Glad?
Yes.
Mrs. Kalich?
Yes.
Mr. Lamon?
Yes.
Mr. Suffolk?
Yes.
7 yeas.
F3I is informational investment report, Exhibit C. F4A, federal report, Exhibit D. Have a motion?
Motion.
Question on the motion, roll call.
Mr. Renzi?
Yes.
Mr. Lamon?
Yes.
Mrs. Kalish? Yes. Mrs. Glad?
Yes.
Mrs. Wertz?
Yes.
Mrs. Beal? Mr. Suffolk?
Yes.
7 yeas.
F5A, student activity funds / athletic funds, Exhibit E. Have a motion on that?
Motion.
Question on the motion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
F6A, approve permission for the Laurel Highlands School District to participate in the E-rate process for the next funding year of 2022 and 2023. This is the program where districts can seek discounts on telecommunication services and some hardware, depending on the percentage of the students who qualify for the free and reduced lunch program. Have a motion?
Motion.
Question on the motion, roll call.
Mrs. Wertz?
Yes.
Mr. Renzi?
Yes.
Mrs. Beal?
Yes.
Mr. Lamon?
Yes.
Mrs. Glad?
Yes.
Mrs. Kalish? Yes. Mr. Suffolk?
Yes.
7 yeas.
F7A, approve resolution for bond refinancing, Exhibit F.
So moved.
For a second.
Second.
Question on the motion, roll call.
Mr. Renzi?
Yes.
Mrs. Glad?
Yes.
Mrs. Kalish? Yes. Mr. Lamon?
Yes.
Mrs. Wertz?
Yes.
Mrs. Beal?
Yes.
Mr. Suffolk?
Yes.
7 yeas.
Does that conclude your report?
That concludes my report. Mr.
Thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Health, Nutrition, and Foods Committee, Mrs. Glad.
FS1, I would like to put into the form of a motion the cafeteria report found in Exhibit G.
Second.
Question on the motion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
This is informational. Just a reminder, meals for remote students are available daily. Call your school building to reserve your meal. All students that are paid or reduced must have money on their account to place an order. Students that qualify for free lunches just need to call the school and provide their student's name. For more information on the process and the menu, go to Laurel Highlands website at www.lhsd.org. That concludes my report, Mr.
Thank you,
Suffolk.
Mrs. Glad. Security Transportation Committee, Mrs. Beal.
1A, approve additional van drivers from M. Miller Transportation, Exhibit H. That's the end of my report.
We have to vote on that.
Oh, we did.
Yes.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Question on the motion, roll call.
Mrs. Wertz?
Yes.
Mrs. Glad?
Yes.
Mrs. Kalish? Yes. Mr. Lamon?
Yes.
Mr. Renzi?
Yes.
Mrs. Beal?
Yes.
Mr. Suffolk?
Yes.
7 yeas.
That concludes your report.
Yes.
Human Resources Committee, Mrs. Kalish.
Personnel and Labor Relations, Professional Personnel, P1A, I'd like to put into a form of a motion, approve additional substitute teachers found in Exhibit I, regular certified substitutes and emergency certified substitutes.
Second.
Question on the motion, roll call.
Mrs. Kalish?
Yes.
Mrs. Glad?
Yes.
Mr. Renzi?
Yes.
Mrs. Wertz?
Yes.
Mr. Lamon?
Yes.
Mrs. Beal?
Yes.
Mr. Suffolk?
Yes.
7 yeas.
P2A, request for retirements, other leaves, and resignations. This is informational. Professional employee A will be using FMLA from December 17th, 2020 to February 5th, 2021. I'd like to put into a form of a motion permission for professional employee B to take a sabbatical leave for restoration of health beginning October 19th, 2020 for a 90-day period up to and including March the 10th, 2021.
Second.
Question on the motion, roll call.
Mrs. Kalish?
Yes.
Mrs. Glad?
Yes.
Mr. Renzi?
Yes.
Mrs. Beal?
Yes.
Mr. Lamon?
Yes.
Mrs. Wertz?
Yes.
Mr. Suffolk?
Yes.
7 yeas.
P3A, I'd like to put into a form of a motion, approve permission for the following individuals to be placed as long-term substitutes in the positions indicated found in Exhibit J.
Second.
Question on the motion, roll call.
Mrs. Kalish?
Yes.
Mrs. Glad?
Yes.
Mrs. Wertz?
Yes.
Mr. Lamon?
Yes.
Mrs. Beal?
Yes.
Mr. Renzi?
Yes.
Mr. Suffolk?
Yes.
7 yeas.
Support personnel, P4A, I'd like to put into a form of a motion, motion, approve additional substitute employees for support personnel found in Exhibit I.
Second.
Question on the motion, roll call.
Mrs. Kalish?
Yes.
Mrs. Gladys?
Yes.
Mr. Lamon?
Yes.
Mr. Renzi?
Yes.
Mrs. Wertz?
Yes.
Mrs. Beal? Mr. Suffolk?
Yes.
7 yes.
P5A, paraprofessional update found in Exhibit K. I'd like to put into a form of a motion.
Second.
Question on the motion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries.
That ends my report, Mr.
Thank you,
President.
Ms. Manning. Athletic and Extracurricular Activities Committee, Mr. Lambert.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Under A&E 1A, I'd like to put in a form of a motion to approve permission to solicit bids for the winter sports.
So moved.
Second.
Question on the motion? Excuse me, roll call.
Mr. Lamon?
Yes.
Mr. Renzi?
Yes.
Mrs. Wertz?
Yes.
Mrs. Kalish?
Yes.
Mrs. Beal? Mrs. Gladys?
Yes.
Mr. Suffolk?
Yes.
7 yes.
Under A&E 2A, the selection of coaches for the winter sports. Should I read these?
I would like for you to read them because there's one on here I'm not sure.
Okay, absolutely.
Thank you.
Selection for the winter sports is under Exhibit L. Assistant varsity boys basketball coach, John Smith. Head 9th grade boys basketball coach, Carl Shusko. Head 8th grade boys basketball coach, Francis Joby Palumbo. Head 7th grade boys basketball coach, Danny Andrea. Assistant varsity girls basketball coach, John Robinson. Head 9th grade girls basketball coach, Courtney Haynes. 2 assistant varsity boys and girls swimming coaches. To date, we only have 1, Kristen Thomas. We'll need another one. Head 7th and 8th grade volleyball coach, Brianna Mehal. And as of right now, we do not have an assistant 7th and 8th grade volleyball coach. Under the volunteer varsity basketball coach, Dear Jenkins. Dr. Wallace, all of these were recommended by the head coaches, I presume.
Yes, sir. I've heard nothing to the contrary.
Perfect. I'd like to put that in the form of a motion at this time.
Excuse me.
Yes.
There's one on here that I'm not interested in voting on, so how do we do that? And is Mr. Jenkins the boys basketball coach? Or volunteer for the boys or the girls, or what is it?
It's the boys.
Thank you.
The way that would happen is Mr. Lamon go through and each position, you ask for a vote.
Okay, I didn't hear you. Which one was it?
It is the head 9th grade girls basketball coach. We do not have a 9th grade girls basketball team. So I can't see paying someone when we don't even have a team. That's fine.
So what you would do then is take all of them except for the head 9th grade girls basketball coach as a group and then do that one separately.
Okay, I'd like to make the motion to approve all of the names listed on here except the one head 9th grade girls basketball coach, and we'll come back and read that.
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Question on the motion, roll call.
Mr. Renzi?
Yes.
Mrs. Wertz?
Yes.
Mr. Lamon?
Yes.
Mrs. Beal? Mrs. Kalish?
Yes.
Mrs. Gladys?
Yes.
Mr. Suffolk?
Yes.
7 yes.
I'll come back to that.
Yeah. I just want to mention one thing. Debbie is correct. There is no 9th grade girls basketball team. However, I believe that the boys and the girls both have to have the same amount of coaches.
Under Title IX,
Under
and
Title
what they
IX.
do there is they, as I understand it, when they have an opportunity to play 9th graders, that's what they do.
And this coach here, correct me if I'm wrong, I think what they do is they use this with the JV coach.
Yes, she's coaching. She's not staying at home receiving or not participating in the activities. That coach is on the court, showing up every day for practice and contributing to the betterment of the team.
So this falls under Title IX?
Yes.
I want you to know, I have nothing against this young lady. She's an excellent coach, and I've seen her coach before. It's just the idea that we don't have a 9th grade coach. And I think that we should look further into it and see what we can do about it, because other schools have done it. I can name the school.
Question? So, does she then assist Mr. Robinson as the junior varsity coach or varsity coach?
Both?
Both?
Yes. And she'll work wherever she's needed.
Okay. So it's just another body, another mind.
Yes.
Excellent. Okay.
We have a motion, you make the motion?
Oh, yes, I can make a motion for the Again, Debbie's right, there is no ninth grade girls basketball team, but the girl is coaching in the program with the JV team. And if there is ninth grade
And at a
games,
varsity level if needed.
okay, I'll make a motion for it then, because it falls under Title IX, is that right?
Correct.
So we have to have the same amount of coaches, correct?
Second.
Question on the motion, roll call.
Mr. Lamon?
Yes.
Mrs. Gladys?
Yes.
Mrs. Beal?
Yes.
Mr. Renzi?
Yes.
Mrs. Kalich?
Yes.
Mrs. Bortz?
I will vote for her because she is helping out the other teams, but as a ninth grade coach, it would be no. Yes for the other.
Mr. Suffolk?
Yes.
It's confusing, but it's the truth.
You're right, there is no.
If I may make one comment, I believe if the school has a ninth grade team, they can bring it, and they would play under her jurisdiction.
But there aren't any anywhere.
I don't know that.
I do.
I don't know that. I really don't know that. But I'm just saying, somebody would recommend bringing a ninth grade team.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
She would have to.
Oh, absolutely.
She would have to handle it.
Yes.
Okay?
That concludes my report, Mr. Suffolk, except Mr. John, he'll get back to us in November with the fall update on the schools. So, thank you, sir.
Legal advisement.
Mr. Frank Hauser is not here. We have a couple of grievances that are not at the board level yet. One may be next month. On the solicitor's report, he communicated to me today that he had nothing to report at this time.
Thank you, Dr. Walls. Let's go to the addendum. Dr. Walls.
Okay, item number one, I would like the board to consider a motion to approve Tanya Burnsworth as a successful bidder for the 12-month custodial position at Hatfield Elementary School per terms of the collective bargaining agreement. Board action is needed as this is considered a promotion.
Do we have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Question on the motion, roll call.
I have a question.
Oh, okay.
Is she the young lady that's next in line for this? Is she the young lady that would be next in line for this? Was she the bidder?
Well, after they all bid out, the last position left available is where we'll place that individual.
Okay, thank you.
We'll be posting them as they go.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Renzi?
Yes.
Mrs. Beal? Mrs. Bortz?
Yes.
Mrs. Gladys?
Yes.
Mrs. Kalich?
Yes.
Mr. Lamon?
Yes.
Mr. Suffolk?
Yes.
7 yeas.
I'd like the board to consider a motion to approve permission to solicit RFPs for district banking services.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Question on the motion, roll call.
Mrs. Gladys?
Yes.
Mr. Renzi?
Yes.
Mrs. Bortz?
Yes.
Mrs. Kalich?
Yes.
Mrs. Beal?
Yes.
Mr. Lamon?
Yes.
Mr. Suffolk?
Yes.
7 yeas.
I'd like the board to accept with regret the resignation of Mr. Luis Gonzalez, head varsity golf coach, effective immediately.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Well, what a loss that is. What a kill.
I would like to congratulate Mr. Gonzalez on his time here at Laurel Highlands. He has made a difference. I'd like the board to consider a motion to approve permission for Madison Bertha, West Virginia University music student, to complete student teaching with Miss Erin Gurney at Hatfield and Hutchinson Elementary Schools. She will be there during the second half of the spring semester, March 22nd through April 30th of 2021. She will complete all the required PA clearances and follow all COVID protocols.
Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
Question on the motion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carried.
I would like the board to consider a motion to accept with regret the retirement of Mr. Gino Izzy, 12-month custodian at Hatfield Elementary School, effective October 23rd, 2020. Mr. Izzy has 18-plus years of dedicated service to the district.
Make the motion. Second.
Question on the motion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
And let's give Mr. Izzy a round of applause. I'd like the board to consider a motion to accept the resignation of Ms. Danita Jeffries, 10.5-month custodian at the middle school, effective October 15, 2020.
Motion.
Question on the motion, all those in favor? Those opposed? Motion carries.
And we'd like to thank Ms. Danita Jeffries for her service to the district. That concludes the addendums, Mr. Scott.
Thank you, Dr. Walls. Set time and date for the annual reorganization meeting it has to be Wednesday, December 2nd. Is Is that okay with everybody?
Yes.
I may not be able to be here, so I'm surprised.
I can't be there on the first, I'm having
Well,
surgery.
I'll be here.
We have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Question on the motion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Career and technical report. I don't think we have anything to report, do we? Other business, public comment? Anybody in the public want to comment?
I have not attended meetings before, but thank you. I'm sorry that I walked in late. But I'm going to write the letter about the transportation and the driving and the parking lot. I haven't got with the
Hey,
driving.
honey, come up here, because he's getting ready. You can take your mask off.
Hi, I'm Barb Kolar, and I wrote the letter to Dr. Wallace about the driving and just my concern with that in the parking lot. Because I don't know if it was addressed already.
It was.
So I don't want to.
Well, I'll give you a summary if you don't mind.
Sure, I love that.
Well, we had a discussion about it on Tuesday night, and in the process, I spoke with Mr. Barron, I spoke with Mr. Gagnon. We are going to be putting speed limit signs up. We are going to enforce the speed limit signs. We'll be sending out communications to families and to students in regards to that. Additionally, I know at least at nighttime, there were some lighting issues. We rectified that as of yesterday, I believe, with some light bulbs. The speed bump thing, we did discuss that also. I don't think that's going to be an effective manner. They get knocked off when we have snow and they destroy the plows. It's kind of a bigger lift than what it would normally see. But I think the biggest thing here is the speed limit signs and the communication to the parents with some type of progressive discipline if we find that there are those that continue to disobey exactly what we're asking them to do.
Thank you. And I think the consequence is imperative. I mean, a warning or some type of consequence.
Well, if it's a student, we can take the permit.
That's what my recommendation was, or other
Of course,
people that I talked to.
There's things you can do for the principal's office too. You know, you could reprimand and do whatever he has to do as far as discipline to the student.
Do we have security up there in this operation?
Yes.
I don't know to what extent, in the lots. I mean, they're there. Even at the game, they were there. It's not that they can't control. It's just, I think it's just a habit now, and it's sort of become, we tell them and it doesn't change. I think that's what happened with it. Because since my daughter's been gone to school 2 years now, so for at least 6 years I've heard it. I just didn't really jump on it. So unfortunately, I almost got hit. That's what made me, I witnessed it or experienced it.
Excuse.
I'm sorry.
There is no excuse for
It's someone's going to get hurt. Or it's a problem waiting to happen, really, it is. And it's just, it was zooming, and he's not the only one. They said it's crazy.
The mornings are bad. The mornings are bad with kids coming up that left side when parents are in the drop-off on the right side. It's always, I always told my kids, I really worry about you driving to school because of that. So I know what you're saying.
And my older one, who was driving, said she was nervous, like leaving. It's like you can't have enough eyes or heads to watch.
With a new driver.
Everybody.
They're all new
They
drivers.
are relatively new. Yeah, 16 to 18 max. So yeah, it is. But thank you. I appreciate it.
Anything else? Move to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
Mr. Cook, you got your record.
That was quick.